Hello and welcome back to another game of Town of Salem. In this game I managed to roll Trickster, which I've never played before. It's town killing. Basically, gist of the roll, you get to redirect one attack from you to someone else. You can only do it 3 times. It's like Veteran. It's kind of a mix of Veteran and Vigilante because you're targeting someone else with it. But yeah, if you do it right, you can kill an evil when they try to attack you, and you can do that up to 3 times per game. Anyways, if you're enjoying the Town of Salem 2 content, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm honestly not sure I'm going to stick with it. I might switch back over to Town of Salem 1, because I really like ranked, and currently there is no ranked in Town of Salem 2. But if you want me to keep up this content, then make sure to like and make sure to subscribe. I'll pay attention to the analytics of this video, and if people are really enjoying it, I'll stick with it. Thanks for watching, and let's begin now. Hello and welcome back to another game of Town of Salem. In this one I'm actually doing the voiceover afterwards, and I rolled a Trickster this game. And I did my normal day 1 bait, as per normal. TK here, I think. Unsure, to be honest. So, I'm playing the mode, the 4 Horsemen. And 4 Horsemen has a Baker, a Berserker, a Plague Bearer, and a Soul Collector. Baker, Plague Bearer, and Soul Collector don't do anything night 1 in terms of attacks. Well, Berserker can attack night 2, the other 2 can't attack until after night 3. So, night 1, obviously, since there's nothing that can really attack me, I guess I could get shot by a Vigilante, but I don't think that's even in the roll list. I didn't use my ability. I push 1 for a claim, 2 for a claim, 2 claims immediately, 2 claims Monarch. Monarch is a pretty confirmable roll. 1 is the target of the Monarch, and clearly the Monarch exists, so unless we get a CC, 2 is confirmed Monarch. 1 claims Prosecutor, eventually. So, 1 uses their ability. And 1 actually throws here, because they immediately target 7 and they immediately guilty. And they only do this because, you know, the name is Prosecute 7. They were going to do it to 7 no matter what 7 was. This could be evil. It's probably not. It was a silly throw, and it killed 2 town members because, if you don't know, Prosecutor checks someone. Well, it doesn't check someone. They push someone to the stand, and if that someone that's put on the stand isn't evil, if they guilty them, they also die. So this ended up killing an investigator and a prosecutor. Not a great start for 10. Not only that, it was even worse for us because I didn't know this at the time, but prosecutor actually wastes the entire day. You can't vote a person after the prosecutor has prosecuted someone because that counts as the town guilty. I don't know if that's true on Innos or not. I assume it isn't because I assume it's like a normal Inno. But yeah, as you can see, prosecutor also died. Not a great start. And you'll notice in a moment that the night just starts. We ended the day because the full day was wasted. At this point, I decide that I'm going to Trickster today because I've been making a lot of noise. If the Berserker is a town member that I pushed or just someone that doesn't like me, they're likely going to attack me. So I start going through what everyone said. 3's said basically nothing. I'm very tempted to go on them. And then I see 13 has said absolutely nothing. And I immediately am inclined to just Trickster into them because at the very least, at the very worst, we're losing an AFK town. Turns out they were a Berserker. The Retributionist, which is 9, 9's a ret claim, says that they used 7, who is an investigator, on 13, found them suspicious, basically. And I decide that I should push 3. I say 3 roll, or you go up, and 3 doesn't seem to be claiming. It says, oh sorry, I'm ret. I don't trust that one bit. I know that ret is not unique here, but they just seem fake. So I start to push 3. 3 goes up. 3 says, go ahead, this is literally a waste, I was tabbed out. Honestly, kind of believable. I say Inno this because I think, okay, well, this could be town, but we're going to put it back up later. Because we have 2 more votes, I would prefer to use a vote on someone else, who's, you know, likely evil. And then we can guilty that and have a safe guilty versus a vote on this just immediately guiltying it. That doesn't seem worth it. And if we vote someone up who's clearly town, we can then move back on over to this person and start pushing them again. Anyway, so I say 14 should go up here, and 14 goes up. because sound's following me for some reason. Don't know why. 14 goes on trial. They claim cleric. Now, I make a mistake here. I say this is fake guilty. Why do I do that? Because I figured this is like Old Town of Salem, where, like Vet, if I'm attacked, I will get the "you are also healed" thing, as well as the, like, you killed the person attacking you, right? Because I moved the Berserker into 13. I figured that Berserker still attacked me, and it was just transferred through to 13, so I ought to have gotten a message here. So I push guilty, and obviously they're not guilty, which is unfortunate. 3 says 15 tomorrow. I ask what 6 is. Here, I say I'm not going to. I look at chat. 12 has said basically nothing other than pushing me. 11 and 4, what are your rolls? There's a reason for that. You'll find it out eventually. I didn't die, obviously, because I can't die. Berserker can't attack me, none of the other rolls are attacking yet, they have to wait at least 3 nights. Day 4, Plague Bearer has turned into Pestilence. Not great for town. 15 claims Vet. I say 12 claim. 12 posts a will saying night 3 I checked 8 and 10, and they're friendly to each other town. And 2 calls me Veteran or Trickster. 12's not posted yet, so immediately, you know, they're TI. They're either really bad TI, or they're evil. But it just doesn't feel like they're evil this game. It feels like they're just new to the game and TI. They've got a decent will, which honestly leans me more towards evil. But they've said basically nothing, and yeah, you'll see. So I push 4 here. 4 goes up. 4 claims Cleric. I look through chat, and I noticed that 12 said something really important. They said, I'm Seer, first round I checked 11 and 4, and they're opposite sides. Night 2 I checked 2 and 13, and they're opposite sides. Night 3 I checked whatever. And immediately, from this information, I know that this is evil, right? Because 11 and I are opposite sides. This, specifically before now, I wasn't convinced it was town, but the way that they said all of that just made me very certain that this is just a really, really bad town member. I am pretty sure of it. So, I think that 4 ought to be guilty here, because 4 and I are opposite sides. And it also tells us that 2 is confirmed town, because they're on opposite sides of the Berserker, which was 13. I should have probably pushed 12 there with all of the warning signs around their will, but I only pushed 4 as far as I did, because 12 seemed like they were genuinely trash, right? It's difficult to fake being trash, and most trash players can't fake a will for their life. So I whisper 12, check me in 6, because I know I'm confirmed town. And if I were to actually claim Trickster, I would also be confirmed town. And 15 is claimed Vet. I'm thinking 15 is clearly not Vet. If they are Vet, I think that Trickster doesn't visit. I actually have no idea if they do or not. Feel free to, like, tell me in the comments. But if they are Vet, I guess I could possibly die, but my mind doesn't even really run that as an option. It more thinks either I'm sending an evil into a Vet if he will decide to attack me, or I'm sending an evil into an evil if he will decide to attack me. And it's likely that 15 is going to alert tonight, because it makes sense to. I should not have done this, because Pestilence was the only killing roll that was available at this point in the game. In reality, all it did was risk me dying to Vet. Baker is transformed into Famine. Not great. So, I say 6, I think, goes up here. And I ask 12 for results. Because 6 has a weird will. I honestly don't know what they're claiming. Like, what does not SC mean? Night 4, I check 6 and 8, and they are enemies. Cool. I trust 8 over 6, and I already have my suspicions on 6, so I decide, okay, we're going after 6 today. And 8, turns out, they're Prosecutor, and I don't even need to do anything. So, 8, I believe Prosecutor is a unique role, so I assume, actually I know now, 8 was Amnesiac turned Prosecutor. Which, interestingly enough, they've changed Amnesiac to not, like, announce when you're doing it, which I kind of like. So they prosecute 6, and this just confirms everyone as who we thought everyone was going to be, and currently we're hoping that this is famine. I tell 12, check me in 15, because I'm still on the boat of 15 is clear evil. My read on 15 comes down to them claiming vet and having no deaths, no real will. They just haven't said enough to not be evil, and they're giving off evil. I don't know if that makes sense, but everything they're doing kind of like just feels evil. So I say last second, 15 is last evil if alive. I end up choosing 10 at first, which was a mistake. Anyways, I die. And so does most of the town. So, turns out, as it works, the famine is able to kill everyone they don't hand a piece of bread to. Lost an investigator, lost the prosecutor, lost the retributionist, a cleric, and at this point, chat is all exuberant that we've won the game. I'm not particularly convinced. I died, of course, and currently it is a 2. The town members are, as confirmed by 12, 2, 3, and 12 against 15. And we know this because 2 is confirmed town because they were paired with an evil. 3 is confirmed town because they were the monarch. And 12 is obviously the confirmed person who's been pairing people. So, in reality, what this looks like is 2 and 3 voting between 12 and 15, because 12 could be fake, but 15 doesn't even have a vote. Obviously 12 is legit, and 2 and 3 both realize this. But 12 doesn't realize that 15 is the last evil. And currently, it turns into 15 trying to stall and get 12 not to vote. 15 says, what's 3? 3 says, I'm confirmed ret. 2 says, I'm confirmed town power. We know all of this is true. And 2 votes go up against 15. 2 and 3 both know it. 12 hasn't voted, though. Luckily, 12 finally votes 15. And I was very worried. And at this point, we've won. Because if 12 is convinced that 15 is legitimately town, 12 can nano. But that doesn't matter because you have 2 other votes going up against 15. And so at the very worst, this is a 2-1. 15 can no longer just convince 12, they also have to convince 1 of 2 or 3, and it's pretty clear that that's not going to happen, so the final evil goes down. 12 ends up abstaining. 12, kind of trashy. Like, appreciate them for it, because it made the game so much easier for the rest of us, and that was great, but he should probably get better at the game. It doesn't really matter. Best way to get better is to play more games, and that's what you're doing, so. But 12 was pretty bad, and famine's down. That's everyone. We ended up only seeing famine in action. I don't actually know what Pestilence and Soul Collector do in action. Berserker, honestly don't know that one either, but yeah. And that was the game. Towns win. And obviously, I have to throw in that shameless self-promotion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.